Welcome to ASL Chats, where we start our day. Today we're going through the last of the results, an event we had at CURRO Hermanus, an upcoming event in Pietermaritzburg, and finally, the CURRO Johannesburg LAN. Today our guest is CM Director of ACER Africa, Glenn DeToy. He'll be taking us through why ACER supports esports in schools and also some of ACER's goals in Africa generally. This section is admittedly very niche, but something that's a bit close to my heart. Croc was a 1997 3D platformer. It was extremely hard and one of the first games I've ever played. I played it with my dad, and together we probably got to like stage 2 or 3, or not even. I just remember we didn't get very far because games back then were extremely unforgiving. Well, they're coming out with a new remastered Croc just to give the new generation the same level of trauma. I hope it's not easier, but my hope is that it'll introduce a new generation of people so that not just the old ancient relics like myself come back and play it. This time, I think I'm finally gonna beat the game, or die trying. Jason, did you ever play Croc? Does that ring a bell at all?
Croc was like, that was one of my favorite games to piece back when I was a kid. But at the same time, like, all I remember in that game was being on the island and dying. And when I was looking at the footage of the remaster, I was like, I don't remember any of this because I never got that far. Like, I don't know, maybe just as a kid it was that difficult, you know what I mean? I don't know.
I must say I have the same feelings when I was looking at the trailer. I was like, I've never seen a water level. Did I just never get that far? I mean, the cool thing is that the audio just came back immediately. When I heard like the sounds in the background music, I was like, ugh, trauma. I died to this song like 5,000 times. Reminder that signups for Term 2 for the Esports League for schools is open and closes on the 11th of April. Have a great holiday, but don't forget to sign up because we won't be able to add you later. I forgot to mention this last week, but we went to CURRO Hermanus, and it was an amazing tournament where we invited about 5 different schools in the area to come and compete in their first EAFC 25 tournament. The top 4 schools were CURRO Durbanville, in 3rd place, Hoërskool Bellville, in 2nd place, Kaiya Secondary, and in 1st place, the hosts, Hermanus High School, who took positions 1 through 4, giving them the highest amount of players in the top category. ASL was there with equipment, as well as providing general support. I was there myself, doing admin and making sure the students had a good time. We have a quick interview that we took with Kurt Wilkinson, the esports director there, so let's go check him out.
Hi, I'm Kurt Wilkinson. I'm a teacher at CURRO Hermanus. I'm also the esports coach. And today we are here at home in CURRO Hermanus. Thank you to the ACGL for making it happen. We always travel to Cape Town for these events, but today we have the opportunity to have the ACGL host here in our hometown at CURRO Hermanus. So the closest event was last year. It was also around about April. It was in Bellville. In fact, that's how we met up when we had the FIFA tournament in Bellville. And it's been a year later now. Been practicing some FIFA, and that's how we are here today. So the schools here today, we have CURRO Durbanville, CURRO Hermanus as well. We've got Kaiya Secondary School, one of our local schools here in Zwelithle. And then we also have Bellville High School, one of the schools that hosted us last year. And today we're also just returning the favor. Unfortunately, we've got 2 schools that pulled out, but they normally do join us. It was valid reasons. So it was Meridian Pioneers and CURRO Somerset West. I think the highlight of the day is definitely that gaming is a winner today. We've got the opportunity for our boys to play FIFA. Once again, thank you to the African Gaming League for ensuring that we've got all these devices so that the learners can play. And that was the main idea today, is to get our learners to play. FIFA's the winner. Definitely more support for the event. We would like more participation for next time. I think it's a great thing that we have the support that we got today, but if we could make it bigger, we would have more learners that are exposed to the sport, because I don't think a lot of learners know that esports is as active as it is in Cape Town. So the main idea would be to get esports active here in the Overberg. Yeah, we had a big upset today. Our champion was actually knocked out, Maximus Collins. He just left. But yeah, that was one of the big upset. But it's also a good thing because it means that we've got a few more players in the team that can step up to the task. I think, well, for today, the biggest rival was definitely Belleville High School and CURRO Durbanville as well. They always are arch rivals, even with the athletics. We had a very, very good match between CURRO Durbanville and CURRO Hermanus today. It was in the quarter-final round. One of their players, JP, can't remember his surname now, but he did very well. It was, one of those 5-minute passages of play where JP could have taken it, but fortunately we did. So that's normally our main rivals. And then, moving forward, I think as esports is the winner of the day, the main rival is normally yourself, because we spoke earlier about a lot of learners getting the jitters while they're playing. So if they can just get over the nerves, the biggest rival is defeated on the day.
If you're in Pietermaritzburg, which is in KZN, we're having an event at the Midlands Mall. There are about 100,000 rands worth of prizes, including a PlayStation 5 Slim, a VR headset, a racing sim set, all of those up for grabs, and those are for a few different games, including EAFC 25, Subway Surfers even, and I believe we have the Red Dragon keyboard race. For a full list of events and all the information about that, check on the website. That'll be happening from the 28th to the 30th of March. Also say hi to our tech guru Dylan, who will be on site. You may remember him from that first interview in episode 1. Simultaneously, the CURRO Johannesburg LAN will be happening at CURRO Waterfall. I will be there with good old Reggie, and we will be playing a multitude of games. For the full details, check on the website again. There's no more time to sign up because it is happening this week, but I hope to see those of you who signed up there. Final results for this week are as follows. For EAFC, the top players from each group will go through. There were 16 groups, and we have 16 places in Premier League, so they will be those 16. Please note we only allow 4 students per school in Premier League, so those students, if they are more than 4, will be allowed in. Do you think I can edit that to make sense? The exact same policy will apply for chess. Also in Clash Royale, the top 2 players from each group will go through, and for Rocket League, the top team from each group will go through to Premier. This time we only allow 1 per school because we have so many different schools competing in Rocket League. And now straight to our interview with Glenn DeToy. We are here with Glenn from ACER. How would you like to introduce yourself?
Using a microphone and talking to you.
Fantastic.
Just joking. We're going to start again. Hi there, Adam. Yeah, my name is Glenn. I'm the country manager. I run ACER in Southern Africa and Mauritius and surrounding areas. And we're here at the Esports in Durban for ACER for Education today.
100%, and it's been an awesome event so far. We've had a lot of people on camera doing various things, giving their opinions. But why is ACER here? What makes this event important to you?
Well, I mean, it's esports, it's education, and it's a tech event, so we love being here. So it's been a great day, and we're here to actually work with the teachers to help them understand how they can adopt esports within their schools and within their environments, and most importantly, how they can use esports as a tool to develop digital literacy within the schooling environment, particularly for in a fun way that brings learning and gameplay and all of that in together.
Absolutely amazing, and I think your talks is one of the highlights. For the people at home, what did you even speak about today?
So I spoke about developing relevant education through AI and using AI and the impact that AI is going to have on the class of 2040. Now, the class of 2040, if you do the math, that's the grade 1s of 2025 plus 3 years worth of tertiary education. So it's the graduates of 2040 that we're busy working towards, and what does it look like for them? And as much as we don't really know what the future holds, what we do know is we do know some of the underlying things that they would have to understand and be able to work. Things like critical thinking and analytical thinking, and how do they use AI in terms of not necessarily only ChatGPT, but different areas within the environment that they use.
100%. I think a lot of people have a bad idea of AI when they think just of ChatGPT and how it can be abused in the schooling system.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it's fantastic that you take a more rounded approach to it. And I think it's very relevant that we're at the University of Pretoria today having this kind of event.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, we often say, AI is like, being Jonathan Kent. What happens is that you've now got the superhuman that has come into you, and you get to decide. If you're going to use it to give good and do good and help the world and help education develop, you're going to end up with Superman. But if you take that same superpower and you put it into a nefarious intent and you don't use it properly and you send it to go and rob banks and take on your enemies, what you're going to have is you're going to have a supervillain. So which one do you want AI to be, the superhero or the supervillain? And the reality is we're the Jonathan Kent. We get to decide how we're going to bring this up within the education environment, and that's what we're trying to encourage.
What a wonderful metaphor. And I know today has been hot. I feel like both of us have sweat so much today. But what has been your highlight despite the weather?
I was going to say the air conditioning. No, definitely the conversations that we're having at very, very high level. I think, and if I may on this one here, just sort of be a little bit promoting of what CURRO is actually doing in and around this. We work with a lot of schools, and there's a lot of schools doing a lot of good. But to sit in a room where there's 180 delegates from schools all over the country, all working together to figure out how we're going to deliver relevant education using esports in this context. I mean, that's really got to be a highlight, because you're seeing a single-minded approach, a strategic approach, unity within that organization to bring it out. And man, every time we stand at these esports events and they say, hey guys, will you help us out and will you work there? We kind of like, yeah, because man, what a powerful, powerful team to be part of, and they really are doing a phenomenal job.
Yeah, fantastic. I mean, this is the third CURRO in Durban that even I think that ACER has been at, so the evolution has been grand. My last question is, what is ACER's next event, or what that you would be looking forward to?
Actually, funny enough, in about 3 weeks' time, I'm going to be delivering a keynote address to the South African legal, was it the Council of Legal Practitioners? And there we're going to also be talking about AI, particularly in the environment that they work in. Probably a little bit more geared towards some of the hardware as well that they need to be using. But at the end of the day, I think what is really standing out for us is that we as ACER are being called upon to be thought leaders, not in trying to tech inspect the AI, but really make it down to relevant to the individual user. So whilst we talk tech, we make it real to the user and real to the situation, real to the circumstance. Because it's not just about selling devices. Anybody can copy that. So what we're doing is we're working to be those thought leaders, and we're getting invited nonstop to come and present some of those conversation pieces. So yeah, although that's an event that's going to be happening, I think from a general point of view, we're really excited with all the events where we can start making a little bit of difference, because the future is it's a tech future. And ironically, the answer to surviving the future is not to become too obsessed with the tech, but to actually know how to use it as individuals and be more human in our way we use it.
Right, 100%. I think you hit the nail on the head there. And what an interesting angle to be involved with the lawyers and that kind of work. That's so interesting. The last question that I have is, as an ACER person yourself, what laptop do you run?
So I use a TravelMate P6, and it's one of our commercial PCs. And I have the luxury of playing with the latest one. So it's got a Lunar Lake chip, which is the latest 14th gen, and that gives me the connectivity with the Ultra processor. So it's AI on board using Copilot Plus, and it's just a phenomenal device. I drop it regularly, and being robust and rugged, it works well for me. I get jealous when I see the guys who do play with the gaming thing, but then when they use it, it's quite a larger unit compared to the unit I've got. Mine is slick, Mine is just over 1 kilogram, and it's wonderful from a business point of view to use it.
Very portable and perfect for your line of work.
100%.
Okay, thank you very much for joining me.
Man, all the best, and thanks very much to the team at ACGL and the work that you guys do behind the scenes. Everybody expects the water to run, but nobody wants to check who the plumber is that's making it work behind the scenes, and that's the job you guys have chosen to stand up and make sure the ops work. So well done, ACGL, and really great to be associated with you guys too.
Thank you so much. We're so proud of what we do and being all of these events with ACER at our side.
Fantastic.
Actually, speak for me first.
Test 1, 2, 3. This is Adam Thomas James and the Hizzo.
That's good.
Well, it should sound good. It shouldn't look good. Have a great holiday, but don't forget to get the...